Up until this movie, I was watching Marvel movies because they had the superpowers that I know and like from the comic books, like most people. Remember Avengers 1? We were so excited to see all these superheroes together. Before that, we didn't even imagine such a thing. It wasn't that bad actually. The action scenes there were the single reason why most people kept watching Marvel movies back in the day. But Captain America, the Winter Soldier, was something else. It was the first sign of Marvel that spoiled us they'll take these superhero movies to the next level. Let's get started! There are just a few films out there that deliver the action scenes in such a natural and flawless way. Not only the main actors, but the side characters and extras doing their job perfectly. At least there are no NPCs who just walk around like in Batman vs Superman. The fight moves, camera angles, music, and camera movements interaction with the fight. A bit overwhelming? Don't worry, let me show you all of this in just one scene. This one. Captain and Winter Soldier's fight styles are real movements a fighter would do in such a situation. One side is attacking, the other side is defending, and vice versa. We don't see fancy attacks like in other superhero movies. They both are fighting like special trained soldiers, and actually they are, if you don't know. If you pay attention, the camera is not following the Cap and Buck, it's following the knife, because if you were there, you'd subconsciously follow the knife instead of them. Each punch and kick gives you the feeling of damage, just like in the video games. I can play the sound because of copyright, but it's in total synchronization with the scene. Or this insanely cool knife catch scene. They didn't even show it in slow motion, like this one. And this one. They look like something crazy, and they are. But here, they showed it like it's an ordinary move. But while giving this normal street fight, it doesn't forget they're both superheroes. I mean, we definitely see some shots where we understand their strength is well above an average man. Just like this scene where the Winter Soldier lifts and throws Steve Rogers with his left arm. Of course, not all scenes were perfect. For example, in this scene, why is everybody shooting at the shield while his legs are open? Yes, the first official MCU movie was 2008 Iron Man, but I think the real film which took Marvel into the endgame was Captain America 2. Okay, let me explain. Until the Winter Soldier, it was looking like Marvel is trying to make solo superhero movies, and then one Avengers movie where they got together to fight with a villain. But the directors Russo brothers and Kevin Feige made the whole plan to execute until the Avengers Endgame. Kevin Feige might seem as the main person who planned the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but the Russo brothers' role in that was at least as big as him. And if you look at the movies they directed, we see Captain America, the Winter Soldier, Captain America Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame. I think nobody would argue that these four movies established, developed and finished Marvel's main story for Phase 3. With Captain America the Winter Soldier, Civil War has been established. With Civil War, the heroes divided into two sides, and therefore Infinity War was established. And the Endgame happens right after the Infinity War. So the point is, with such gigantic projects, planning that far future is crazy hard. Executing this plan is even more difficult, and Anthony Russo and Joseph Russo made this real. In such superhero movies, the directors are trying to establish the characters and events for future films, and while doing so, they added so many side stories to the film and it overwhelms the viewer. They either give so many details at once or so small details that the viewers don't understand in the first watch. There's a line in between, and I think they managed to find it. In the beginning, we don't know anything about these four characters. Falcon, the Winter Soldier, Alexander Pierce, and Crossbones. We see four different origin stories. Let's take S.H.I.E.L.D.'s director. What do we know about him in the beginning? He rejected the Nobel Peace Award because peace is not an achievement for him. It's just a responsibility. The other thing we learn about him is that his daughter was taken hostage by terrorists. He tried to deal with them, but didn't succeed, and Nick Fury rescued all the hostages. This is where he lost his belief in peace, his motivation, and he's not telling this story to the viewer himself. We'll learn this throughout the movie. The same thing applies to the other three characters too. The main point of the story is based on the classic train problem. If you change the line, one person. If you don't, 5 people will die. There's an algorithm that can detect all past and future criminals based on their decisions so far. And with this, millions of criminals can die to save tens of millions of innocent people. The film asks whether it is ethical to kill these people before they break the law or not. The small plot twists in the films are on point. The Winter Soldier being Bucky, or the death of Nick Fury. Without this, I think the emotion of the film will be incomplete. First of all, I want to say one thing. That scene was insane. The feeling of tension and discovery in each camera angle were so natural that I personally felt there. After he said,
"Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?"
we understood why Captain America is the super soldier. Flawless movements and real reactions are well on point. As I said, it was a good detail that the Winter Soldier being Bucky, but his main thing is how they showed him to the viewer. He's like a robot without emotions, and we feel it while watching him. Plus, showing him with a mask for the first half was a good decision. The mask wasn't just for hiding his identity, it was for hiding his emotions. With the mask, we can't understand what he's thinking, because he is designed to execute any order they give to him. As soon as his mask falls down, he turns from a robot into a human, and his first reaction comes.
Who the hell is Bucky?
Then, this name brings back some feelings, and he makes emotional decisions. The visual effects and explosions were so good, even better than the new movies. And finally, Captain America's costume. I think this suit was the second best suit after the Infinity War costume. That was it for this video. If you like this kind of reviews, here's another one. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.